black thing go from left to right, and I thought, I'm going to die out here. No one's ever going to know.
And I couldn't believe what my eyeballs were showing me. I'll never forget how evil the eyes were. It was horrible. I mean, I've never seen nothing that evil.
It ran towards me at a rate that I can't even explain. Turned and stared at me, and this look of, I just want to kill you. I want to say it was human, but it wasn't.
He was yelling at me to grab a gun, grab a gun. I was like, for what? He said, just grab a gun. And there's footprints all the way to the door of my house. It had went inside my garage all the way to the door.
911, what are you reporting?
Jesus Christ, you better...
Sure.
See ya!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh.
You're listening to Sasquatch Chronicles. Check us out online at sasquatchchronicles.com. If you've had an encounter, email me. My email address is wes@sasquatchchronicles.com. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. Got a great show planned for you tonight. Have two guests coming up. I'll be speaking to Roy, who comes to us from Montana, and he's had a couple encounters, and it started back in the 70s, and a lot of his encounters are separated by many years. But what I found fascinating when I was talking to Roy was, I think sometimes when we run into Sasquatch, we envision the Patterson-Gimlin film, and that's not always the case. And a lot of what Roy had to say as far as what he saw reminded me a lot of what past guests have seen. But pay close attention to the behavior of the creature and what it was doing at the time as Roy talks about it. If you've had an encounter and you'd like to be on the show, shoot me an email. My email address is wes@sasquatchchronicles.com. And I'm trying a new thing. I want to say thank you to the members out there who took part in the live stream the other night. Helped me kind of see if it was something that was going to work or not. And so we'll try it again tonight. So hang on for the live stream. It'll probably start at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and it will be below this episode. And there's a chat room in there. If you click on the actual YouTube link, the chat room's off to the side. Feel free to ask questions. It'll be pretty casual for the most part. It's something that's new for me because I'm used to talking to someone, and so this is a little bit different for me. But I hope you guys like the visual aspect of the show. I will do more of this if you guys like it, and if you guys don't, it's less work for me. So either way, I'm happy to do what you guys want. And I'll also be speaking to Raymond. And Raymond had an encounter out in New Mexico. And as I listened to Raymond's encounter, he heard the creature approach on two legs. It was him and his uncle, I believe, and his grandfather. And they were in a trailer. And this creature approached their trailer and actually shook it and was growling at these guys. And then it had torn up some of the logs nearby. Very, very interesting encounter. It actually reminded me of an encounter I'd heard a long time ago. I think it was on Monster Quest. Actually, you know what? I'll play a clip for you guys since we're doing a visual show, not so much a radio show. Take a listen to, or actually, go ahead and watch this. It's a very short clip, but it reminds me a lot of Raymond's encounter.
I thought it was a myth, or I had no belief in any of that at all. That night made me a believer.
For outdoorsman Ted Story, myth became reality after a violent encounter one night while sleeping in his motor home in the middle of Vancouver Island.
All of a sudden, the motorhome shook violently about, it listed 30 degrees or so. I would anticipate that the tires just about came off the ground.
Startled, Ted realized something very large was rocking the motorhome, and it was standing right outside the window.
I could see the spectrum of this creature, and it was standing on two legs for sure, and it had two upper limbs, and it was extremely hairy, matted hair.
Ted jumped to his feet and ran outside without thinking.
The smell in the air was a very stenchy, strong, almost dead fish, but musky. It was very, very prominent. I got to the tree line where the firelight had stopped. So basically it was where I was looking into blackness and I'm lit up. That's when I could hear the footsteps of this creature stop as it knew I was there. It was very still and very quiet and very eerie, knowing that something's right there or somewhere close by looking at me. Then I thought about how crazy I was after I'd gotten out. I was like, I have no way to defend myself.
Ted retreated inside the mobile home without seeing the creature again. The experience left him shaken.
I'll never camp there again unless I'm in a motorhome. I will never sleep in a tent in Strathcona Park as long as I live.
Well, let's jump into it tonight. I want to welcome Raymond to the show. Raymond, how are you?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. If you would kind of start from the beginning. I know your encounter happened out there in New Mexico. And if you would just kind of walk us into what happened.
Alrighty. Yeah, it happened out here in New Mexico. I live in a area called Albuquerque, but where it happened at, it was in Grants, New Mexico. And it was this specific mountain. I don't know if I should say it or can I just say it or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was a mountain in Grants called Mount Taylor, actually. And this mountain, I had been to this mountain prior, about 6-7 times. And this specific time, I went out there with my grandfather and my uncle. We went out there to do a little bit of hunting and whatnot. But we had never went to the top of this mountain. We had always stayed on the bottom or in the middle of the mountain. We had never went to the very top. And this time that we went, we decided to go to the very top just to see what we could see out there or see what there was and, just things like that. And we went out there to the very top. When we did this, we couldn't go no more. I mean, we went all the way to the top of the mountain. You couldn't go any more at all. I mean, we were at the very top. So when we were at the top of this mountain, everything seemed to be going good. I mean, we didn't see nothing. We didn't smell nothing, no type of odor, nothing like that. I mean, the whole day was fairly good. I mean, everything went good until the nighttime. When the nighttime came, it was a whole different ball game. I mean, when the nighttime came, this happened around, I want to say 12:30 in the morning, probably like 12:30 a.m., maybe 1 o'clock. But we were already headed to sleep. We were already in the camper, laying down, everything like that, all that good stuff. And the next thing you know, we heard these footsteps. And these footsteps, they were like, it sounded like a person, like somebody on two legs. But it wasn't a person because whatever this was, it was like really heavy. We could hear the footsteps, and it was just heavy, like something heavy walking on two legs. And it was walking, so like it wasn't walking like a bear. It was walking on two legs. You hear something walking on four legs. This thing was walking on two legs, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we were sleeping. We hadn't gone to sleep yet. We were about to go to sleep until we heard this thing walking, and it was walking all around us. I mean, it wasn't close to the camper walking around us. It was kind of far. It was kind of far from the camper, if that makes sense, walking around us. But we could hear it. We could hear it walking around us. And it was walking on two legs, whatever it was. I didn't smell nothing like that, no odor, nothing like that. I could just hear it walking. And it was heavy. Whatever it was walking real heavy on two legs. The next thing you know,